Hello, welcome to the second part of this tutorial. In this portion, we will cover a detailed lighting pass and polish. We will start by duplicating a light and placing it on the ceiling light strip. Then we will adjust the color, brightness, and shape to match the light strip. We are also changing the source texture. I am speeding up this portion of the video. Once it is done, we will copy this light and move it to the other light strips. In this section, we're going to accent the foliage with some spotlights, starting with the large tree and ending with the small planters. Now we can add a lens flare so it appears like the tree is being lit from underneath. As we repeat the same process for the small planters, I will be speeding up the video. Now I'm going to show you how to light up the ceiling opening. We will start by copying one of the light strips and moving it to the correct location. We will make this area look more warm in color. Then duplicate this light to the remaining ceiling openings. Now we are working on the modern lab area. We will start by adding a spotlight to the main entrance using a similar workflow that we have done before. You can also hide objects during this process if you feel the need to do so. Now we are creating a light for this tree feature and adjusting its colors and size accordingly. We can add additional lights to the areas that we wish to illuminate, such as this work desk and also the wall panels. Now we will adjust the main light to brighten the entire lab. A good way to do that is by brightening the indirect lighting intensity. To finish this lighting pass for the lab, we will add some detail lights to these storage fixtures. In this workstation, I am adding a light to simulate the lighting effect of a computer monitor. You can experiment with different lighting shades until you arrive at something that you like. Now I am adding some detail lights to these wall features in the lounge. These gallery features are good opportunities to create focal points with your lighting. Now we move on to the grand hall for additional lighting and polishing. First, we are adding a light to this monitor, and then creating accent lights for the pillars using similar methods we used earlier. Here I am applying an IES texture to create an interesting shape for this accent light. I want this light to have a bright pink tone, and then introduce a physical light fixture and a lens flare. Now we are adding new spotlights and we'll use them to highlight the foliage. To enhance the effect of natural light passing through the window, we will duplicate the light that was made in part 1 of this tutorial and position it behind the glass facing the sitting area. Here you can see how I'm adjusting the color and intensity of the light so it visually matches the atmosphere of the exterior. And this will also brighten the sitting area. To finish up the lighting in this area, we will change the light strip material on the ceiling features and then do minor adjustments such as changing the color of some of the trees and further fine-tuning individual lights. After working in an area, you will sometimes notice that some lights may no longer be needed, such as here. After I brightened up the sitting area, I realized that this light on the tree is no longer needed, so I am going to delete it. Now we are moving on to the suites gallery and adding new spotlights in order to highlight the large water feature. We will do so by adjusting the cone angles and using the IES textures to create a static lighting effect on the falling water. Here I will show you the process of using reflection maps to enhance the look of the ocean. First, duplicate the water night material and make sure that this new material has custom reflection turned on. Next, I will add a scene capture cube and position it on the exterior. Then duplicate an RTC asset and assign it to the scene capture cube that we just added. Now is a good time to build the level. And once it is done with the scene capture cube selected, please uncheck the option to capture every frame, otherwise it can slow down your system. With the new RTC asset selected, right-click and select the option to create a static texture. This texture will be the one we will apply to our new water material. If everything worked correctly, you should see the new reflections on the water. To finish our work on the background, we will first brighten these new water reflections and adjust the position of the hills in the background so we can have a better view of the water. As the final step of this lighting pass, we will copy the existing post-process volume and move it so it is next to the existing one while covering the lab area. With the new post-process volume selected, we will uncheck Infinite Extend and later on adjust the temperature settings to make the lab cooler in color. Finally, we will move the camera in and out of the lab to make sure this is working. If you wish to brighten the entire environment, you can increase the exposure setting. Now we are going to save our level, and I will show you how to package the project. This will allow you to view the level while having the editor closed for the best performance and visual fidelity. First, open the project settings and select Maps and Modes. Then make sure the game default map is set to the one we are working on, which is Galaxy Simple Unlit. Then exit the project settings and go to the Platforms menu and select Windows and Package Project. With this, we have concluded this tutorial, and now I'm just going to walk you through the final environment. Thank you for watching.